Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to see the OnePlus 9 against the iPhone 11, and I did a gaming comparison also with these phones. I will link that in the description if you want to go and check that out. And before we get into the main video, do subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, and don't forget to like the video. It really helps the channel grow. First things first, let's talk about the design. And the iPhone is a glass and metal sandwich, while the OnePlus has a plastic frame with Gorilla Glass on the front and the back. The OnePlus is a triple camera setup. iPhone, on the other hand, is a dual camera setup. We'll get into the details in the latter part of the video. Both these phones have their own representation of a volume slider. The iPhone is a traditional mute switch, loud to vibrate or silent, and the OnePlus on the other hand is a 3-mode alert slider, which is more convenient in my opinion. On the bottom you have the speaker grill, microphone hole, and the charging ports. The OnePlus comes with a USB Type-C, while the iPhone does it through Lightning. And in the design area, I think the OnePlus does much better because it is more futuristic. The iPhone on the other hand has this gigantic notch on the top, which might be a hindrance while viewing content or gaming, etc. Let's talk about the screens, and here there is a major difference. So on the OnePlus we have a 1080p OLED at 120 Hz, which in my opinion is the latest and greatest. It just lacks one notch below the flagship, which is the 9 Pro, which has a Quad HD Plus display. The iPhone on the other hand is a sub 1080p LCD panel with good colors, but it is sub 1080p, so the sharpness level with the iPhone is a little lesser compared to the OnePlus. Now what I like about the OnePlus's screen is that it has got very vibrant colors, so very good there. At the same price point you get extremely vibrant colors and a beautiful screen. While I also like that the iPhone is natural colors or displays natural colors, which is a good thing compared to fake colors or enhanced colors, especially when you're viewing photographs. But on the other hand, the OnePlus comes with a 120 Hz refresh rate, and the iPhone is at a 60 Hz fixed, and both of them are good, but the OnePlus is just more fluid in its operation. Everything is much quicker. It also has a higher touch sensitivity compared to the iPhone, which helps during gaming. Overall, the viewing angles are excellent. No complaints there as such. Both of them can be viewed via any angle and it should be completely fine. But for the pixel peepers, on the iPhone you will be able to spot pixels very easily. That should not be a problem, and it does a good job with its retina display, but then at the end of the day you do have a sub 1080p screen which is not as sharp as the OnePlus. Now let me quickly pull up a photograph so that we have the same content and the same photograph on both the phones, and we can judge from that how these phones react to colors. Though I do prefer the iPhone's real colors, especially when you're viewing photographs or content which the content creator has made for a certain or to depict a certain picture. So this is something which the iPhone does very well, and here I feel that the iPhone does a better job with the sand, the water and the sky. So that's my personal preference, but I would love to hear from you down in the comment section, and I reply to all your comments, so do comment below. Next, let's look at the performance. Before we get into comparing app opening times, etc., let's look at the specifications. So the iPhone comes with last year's processor, where we are looking at almost a 1.5-year-old processor, which is the Apple A13 Bionic, while the OnePlus 9 comes with the Snapdragon 888 processor with an 8 or 12 GB of RAM depending upon the storage you choose. And while I'm telling you the specifications, let's quickly look at an app opening test. So I'm just going to open random apps so that we can see how the speeds do. So as you can see, there is not much difference with both these apps, and all the apps have been cleared in the background while I'm doing this, or before I did it. Everything launches pretty much the same. Normally the iPhone is a little faster, but since the processor is older and the Snapdragon 888 is newer, we are seeing almost similar speeds, which is a good thing. And that really talks about how ahead the iPhone actually is. Now if I compare it with the iPhone with the new 12 series, there is a slight speed difference. So you will see faster speeds obviously with the A14 Bionic and the iPhone 12 series, but at the end of the day, it really does very well, and it is holding up extremely well with the competition right now. But as you saw, the YouTube part of it, the iPhone took a little bit of time. So is the weather app. I think the net connection or the internet, wherever the internet is required, the iPhone is doing slightly slower than the OnePlus. This might be because of maybe new technologies introduced with the Snapdragon 888, because both these phones are on the same network. So I hope that gives a fair comparison for both these phones and the performance. Overall, I think these phones can handle anything thrown at them: heavy gaming, content creation, normal day-to-day usage, all of it. And because we saw a difference in the internet speed, I'm going to just throw up a test, a speed test, so that we can see the differences with the speeds. So as I said, they are on the same Wi-Fi network, and I'm also selecting the same server so that it gives us a fair comparison. So I have selected the exact same server, and I'm going to do this one by one so that there is no load on the network or Wi-Fi network I'm connected to, and we can get the actual readings. So the iPhone is about at a 12-13 Mbps download, which is slow compared to what I have on my other devices and the Wi-Fi network which I'm using. And the upload is also around the same, maybe a little higher, around 15-16 Mbps. But that's about the iPhone. Let's wait for the final readings, and you have 12.3 Mbps download and 17.1 Mbps upload. Now let's look at the OnePlus. And the OnePlus has 5G also into it, so I expect the speeds to be a little better. So we're looking at a good 18 Mbps, almost 18.6 Mbps download, and the upload is far superior, which is almost 21 Mbps. So that's I wouldn't say it's a huge difference, but it is a surprising difference with the same exact server, same Wi-Fi network. So OnePlus has done some good things over here by speeding up the modems, and obviously all credit also goes to the Snapdragon 888 processor. And that was the performance. Overall, I feel both the devices are doing really well. I have no complaints so far, except that the internet is slightly faster on the OnePlus 9 compared to the iPhone 11. Next, let's look at the cameras. Both these phones have very different cameras. The OnePlus 9 has a 48 megapixel wide, a 50 megapixel ultra wide, and a 2 megapixel monochrome camera, which I think is not that useful. The iPhone, on the other hand, has a 12 megapixel wide and a 12 megapixel ultra wide. Overall, both the cameras are pretty good with the quality of photographs they shoot. We will look at some photograph samples also, but let us look at the main differences. So the OnePlus has an inbuilt macro mode in the camera, super macro rather, which is really good according to me. It has 8K video recording, which the iPhone does not have. The iPhone maxes out at 4K 60. The OnePlus also has Hasselblad color correction with it. So the Pro mode has now been, or the manual mode has gone into Hasselblad color correction. It has got this tilt shift also, which is not a big deal, can be achieved through a third-party app, but it is still there. The iPhone, on the other hand, according to me, and I have said it several times, it is the best point and shoot camera available in the market. It has all the modes, right from normal photograph to a portrait, panorama. In the portrait, there are some modes which it has with respect to your subject lighting. Overall, they are good cameras, but the iPhone can zoom to a maximum of 5x, though it does not have a zoom lens. The OnePlus, on the other hand, can zoom to 12x with the normal camera. And I think that is a really good thing which the OnePlus has done, and it really takes advantage of the zoom capacity. You can zoom into subjects even though you don't have a zoom lens. They both have ultra wides, so that's at I think 0.5x on both, which is pretty good. And the main lens is obviously different with a 48 megapixel and a 12 megapixel, but you have to enable the higher megapixel count. Now let's look at some photographs. Now the first one is an ultra wide, and I'm not going to spend too much time on every photographs. If you want to pause it, you can pause it and view the differences. This one is a wide. I prefer the iPhone here because of the clarity in the image. This is a telephoto. The OnePlus is at 12x, iPhone is at 5, and I think if you crop the iPhone to a lesser area, it should look practically the same. The last one is again a wide, just to see textures, and I think the iPhone is doing a better job there. And now let's move on to the batteries. Now here you will see a real difference because the OnePlus comes with a fast charger which is 65 watt, which charges the phone from 0 to 100 in 29 minutes, or 1 to 100 in 29 minutes. The iPhone, on the other hand, comes with a fast charger at 18 watt, so 0 to 50% is in 30 minutes. With the OnePlus, you have a 4500 mAh battery. With the iPhone, it is a 3110 mAh battery. And I have been using this iPhone and on a daily basis, and the peak performance of the iPhone, or the battery capacity of the iPhone rather, has dropped. But I still do get a good day's battery out of this phone, and it is comparable to what I get from the OnePlus. So I do not think that should be a problem. Both these phones are excellent with battery life. Also, that the OnePlus has to push out more pixels and also run a high refresh rate display, which might cause battery drain. While the iPhone, on the other hand, is lower resolution and stuck at 60 Hz. The iPhone also supports wireless charging. Now, we also have the last point, which are the speakers, and let's hear them. I'll keep quiet so that you can hear them. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to look at how you can automate your home, existing as well as a new one. So I've got a few things here. One is a automated Wi-Fi bulb, and this is available on any of the offline and online stores. The second thing is a socket, which is again a Wi-Fi. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to look at how you can automate your home, existing as well as a new one. So I've got a few things here. One is a automated Wi-Fi bulb, and this is available enabled socket which you can use with Google as well as Alexa. And the third thing, which I on any of the offline and online stores, the second thing is a socket, which is again a Wi-Fi enabled socket, which I have here is a switch or something which you can connect to. Hands down, the OnePlus is louder than the iPhone here. The iPhone is bass heavy, and both the speakers almost have a similar volume, that is the front firing and the bottom firing. So if the bottom firing also gets covered, that should be fine, but the OnePlus is louder here. With that, we are at the end of the video. Both these phones are excellent devices. You get a little more for your buck with respect to the OnePlus, while the iPhone is all bragging rights with respect to Apple. So it completely depends on which ecosystem you choose and what you are ready to sacrifice and gain on the other side. As usual, that's all from me. Do subscribe to the channel. Comment below if you have any queries. I respond to all your queries. As usual, thanks for watching.